Ah, what a beautiful summer's evening, cold and damp, and under the cover of a beautiful full moon. Perfect night to visit the family graves and wait for. Oh, good evening. I didn't mean to interrupt your conversation, little one, but the person I'm visiting is right next to yours. Would you mind terribly? Well, how gallant. Thank you, dear. Cousin Desdemona, how lovely to see you tonight. I've brought you some roses from our greenhouse. You would adore the greenhouse, darling, so full of decay and darkness. But you went the way you would have wanted, in glorious misery, you exquisite corpse. How I envy you. A demise for the history books, to be sure. Little one, are you all right? Well, darling, I'm all for doom and gloom, but you seem a bit more distraught than you should be. I don't mean to pry, but you are talking to your loved one after all. Shouldn't you be more delighted? Your mother? Oh, how wonderful. It's lovely to meet you, ma'am. I don't know your child very well, but they seem so well-mannered. Well, I may not be your mother, darling, but I am a mother, and my children seem to think I am a good listener. I may not always understand, but feelings are always better expressed than otherwise. It's why our house is so gloriously loud all the time. Ah, nothing but explosions all day. Oh, how remiss of me. Where are my manners? My name is Morticia Addams, and whom do I have the absolute pleasure of speaking with? Oh, what an enchanting name, so full of despair and sorrow. It's lovely to meet you. Now, why don't you tell me what seems to be causing you this upset? Mm-hmm. Ah. Mm-hmm. Hmm. I see. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Oh, goodness me. If you don't mind my saying so, your partner doesn't sound like they care for you very well. I'm all for torture and mayhem, but consent is crucial, and you never gave yours, did you? A partner who adores you will always put you first, little one. They'll see you as their whole universe, and give you the love that you need and deserve, not hold it back to obtain something from you. No, darling, of course not. Your love, your passion, your adoration, all of that must be earned. You are worthy of all of it, especially of someone earning your affections. You deserve to be wooed, courted, shown that you are the most captivating thing in every room to your partner, and that they are not worthy of you, but that they will wake up every day and strive to be worthy, not just because they wish for your affections, but because they know that you deserve the world at your feet. You don't. My dear, I know you don't know me well or at all, but there is a very famous saying in my family. It's our motto. Sic gorgiamus allos subjectatos nunc. It's Latin, darling. The rough translation is, we gladly feast on those who would subdue us. Eat the rich? Why, what a positively morbid statement. Oh, well, by all means, the rich can certainly spare a few morsels, or be a few morsels, but I was referring to real adversaries of a more personal nature, a singular person as opposed to an oppressive system. Those who would cause us pain. Oh, my dear, no, those are the best sorts of people. You don't. Well, my dear, to translate it even more plainly, we do not permit it when people attempt to make us lesser than we are. The idea of chipping away your truths to make yourself more palatable for another person, it is not to be borne. Our truths, our identities, they are our foundations, and chipping away at them destroys who we are. It erodes us and makes us into someone different who we no longer recognize. This is something our family will never tolerate from anyone, especially those who attempt to become one of us through marriage or similar entanglements. My darling, you are a wonder, a marvel, and you should be with someone who will never, ever let you forget it. Not someone who drives you to such distraction when you should be enjoying this beautiful moonlit night in the cemetery with your beloved mother. Oh, yes, I am married, and very happily so. Our secret? It's no secret, my darling. Everything I just told you is the secret. Being with someone who will worship the very ground you walk on, who will want to learn every intricate detail about you because they adore you and wish for nothing except to be in your presence as you get everything you want in life. Well, I do wish I could join the dark forces on their hellish crusades. But I am a mother now, and the children must also take priority. But we're digressing, and we should be focused on you. Now, dry your eyes, little one. Your tears are wasted on a person who is too small-minded to comprehend the glorious enigma that you are, and too selfish to even make the attempt. They complained. Oh, little one, you absolutely should not be in the presence of someone who will make the art of knowing you feel like a chore. They will always be of the opinion that to know you is the most important goal of their lives. One may never achieve it, but they must always strive for it, especially in the darkest of times. Well, of course you can't stay with them. Eyes on me, little one. Good. Now listen to me carefully. I never had the privilege of meeting your mother, but given the way you talk about her, you loved her dearly, and she loved you, correct? Knowing that, and being a mother myself, I cannot conceive a world where she would want you to be with anyone who makes you feel like you cannot be your authentic self. I know that if my children were in your position, well, let's just say that our motto, not just pretty words, we live our lives by it. You deserve better. What you've done in the past is immaterial. You are a different person than you were yesterday, and you'll be a different person tomorrow, too. Let go of any guilt and shame, my darling. They are tools that your partner used to make you feel small and weak. Unacceptable. They don't serve you, and neither does your partner, which is the gravest sin of all. Relationships are about service to your partner. You've already done everything in your power to make them feel good, to help them, to make them feel like the best version of themselves, and they can't or won't do that for you. My dear, they hurt your feelings. They know they did, and they never apologized or showed care, did they? They got defensive instead. Darling, there is nothing left for you with this person. Let them go and free yourself. Nowhere to. Well, darling, of course you do. With me, my dear, Our home is full of rooms, and it will be our pleasure to host you until you can figure out what to do next. I insist. Oh, well, even better. My darling husband is a lawyer himself, and he would be more than happy to take your case pro bono. Please, my dear, if nothing else, it would give me peace of mind to know that you were safe. My home is your home. You could be an axe murderer. Oh, my darling little one, I sincerely hope so. But even if you're not, you deserve to work things out in a place where you feel safe. I do hope, since we've been confiding in each other, that you feel I'm a safe space for you. Oh, well, there's my husband, of course, my 2 lovely children, my husband's brother, Grandmama, and then there's Lurch, our butler, and Thing, and a few assorted pets, but we'll insist that the children keep them in their rooms and cages while you're with us. We do get some visitors every now and then, but we can, of course, let you know before they arrive. Offend me? How? Ah, I see. Not to worry, my dear. I was hardly offended when you said eat the rich. On the contrary, I knew then and there that you were somebody to be trusted. So, are we agreed? Will you come and stay with me until you figure things out? Magnifique. Oh, it's so odd to speak French and not have your husband adore you for it. As I said, my darling, you deserve someone who will delight in everything you are and everything you do. Now come, we should bid farewell to your mother and cousin Desdemona. I'll be happy to accompany you to where you live and help you pack. Oh, hardly a problem. You have a phone, and we can call for Lurch or my husband to come with a car to bring us back to the manor. What if your partner is home? My darling, they are finished with making you feel helpless and small. You are an honorary Addams now. Remember the words? That's right. Good night, Cousin Desdemona, and goodbye to your mother, little one. Come, darling, let's get you home.